All right, what up? This is Jarrett.
This kills.
Back at again with another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Oh, we got some hits this week.
Ooh, we got a classic.
We had KrabBorg. Oh, every time I hear that, I think of the theme. And then Rock-a-Bye Bivalve. Mm-hmm. All right. So,
it's a double classic.
It is.
This is a double classic.
It is. Like, I think, I know we're approaching my favorite episode. It's got some competition, I will say.
Okay.
Because KrabBorg, first off, classic plot. Come on. The human chasing the robot, oh my goodness. So SpongeBob sees a scary movie. And, Gary warns him, don't get too scared. And it's about, robots taking over, I guess, like, whatever place that is. SpongeBob lets it get to his head, so much so that it carries him out throughout work. Mr. Krabs at the same side, this new song, and for anybody who wants to download it and wants to know what that that theme, I love it. Hold on. Might even be...
It's called Electric Zoo.
Electric Zoo. My goodness. Hey. Trap remix. Yo, classic. But first off, I know we're gonna get into our usual things for favorite joke, what we change meme worthy. I think we can all agree. Come on, is that the meme worthy of the episode?
Yeah, okay, we might as well go on and say it.
I was gonna say, that theme just kills it. And also, so Mr. Krabs is listening to this song. SpongeBob looks at him dancing to this song, doing the robot. He has the batteries in his pocket, spilled the salt on him, and has the red eyes, and basically concludes, okay, you're a robot. And he also breaks down Squidward too. He's like, oh, robots can't cry, can't laugh, so on and so forth. Gets to a point where they interrogate him. Classic nonsensical, just love it. All right, what was your favorite joke in this episode, Keels? We'll break it down. Okay,
let's see. First and foremost, just the song.
Yeah.
I love that song. Electric Zoo is just like a little bop or whatever. Krabs pop lock into the song.
Oh, man.
And then, so SpongeBob is convinced the whole restaurant that robots are taking over Bikini Bottom, right? Mm. And so Squidward gets on the microphone and he's like, robots have taken over the world. And all the customers who are sitting there eating their food, they're just like, what are you even talking about? Who cares?
No, they didn't care. They were just sitting there in silent okay.
And they're looking like, our world. And it's complete pandemonium. They're like, no, they come underwater.
Yeah. Then they gave them. They were like,
right,
oh, okay.
Yo! Squidward's like, help, call somebody, call the Navy.
Oh.
Yo, how do you call the Navy?
So, yeah, SpongeBob calls he's like, call the Navy, and it's like, welcome to the Navy's automatic response.
Not the Navy!
Yo!
So basically, in their minds,
they lost all hope.
Yeah, ain't no help coming. Oh my gosh. And so after that, they tie Mr. Krabs up, and now they're interrogating him like, okay, we know you're a robot. Where did you come from? Why are you here? And then, they're like torturing Mr. Krabs. They're just slapping him.
No, not even weird. Squidward.
Nah, SpongeBob was slapping him too.
Did he? Oh, no. Yeah, he slapped him.
Like, what color's my underwear? He said, I'll handle this.
Squidward wanted to get some revenge hits in there. He said, this is for not paying me.
I know, right?
Where's Mr. Krabs? He knew in the back of his mind, I know this is Mr. Krabs. I had to get a slap.
I gotta get my opportunity in.
Yo, maybe that's why Mr. Krabs at the end was like, ooh, Squidward, because he knew.
He was slapping him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He was. No, I'm debating on favorite joke. I think I definitely love when they're at like the record, or not record, but the radio studio, which is called Crumb FM.
Yeah, okay.
Hilarious. But Mr. Krabs is on the phone. He's like, yes, can you play that song? Oh, which one, man? The one that goes beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo. No, you think beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, bop.
Beep, boop, beep.
And he's over here talking robot. Yeah. See, I think that it's hilarious because people have taken that. I don't know if you've ever seen these videos, but they've taken that beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, bop, and turned it into songs.
No.
So there's a play where they take it and they turn it into the song Toto Africa. They do that. It's hilarious.
Really?
They do the Mario theme where it's like beep, boop, bop, boop, bop, bop,
really?
bop. And I'm just like, oh.
Okay, I'm going to have to check them out.
That's why I was debating on like, okay, but that song in general is the meme worthy, but I think for favorite joke, yeah, I'll definitely send you some like afterwards. But yeah, it's just hilarious. As for, we know the meme worthy, but what I would change, I was really debating on this. I don't think I would change anything.
Definitely not. This is a classic episode.
Yeah, I think that the pacing runs like really well. I think that even the conclusion of finding out that he's not a robot, and to even get to that point where it's like they're interrogating the appliances. It's like that cost me $52.57. Over here,
they brought the blender,
the toaster, the coffee maker.
Oh my god,
that one was a gift. Like
hilarious.
He cried. And the cash register is the one that did it, where he's like, he's not a robot because come on, Mr. Krabs.
He's
money.
like, I had it since it was a weed calculator.
Another crazy statement. Mr. Krabs with the batteries in his pocket. You heard what he said, right?
Nah.
He said, "Oh man, because the batteries died on the radio. That's why it was in his pocket." He was like, "I'll recycle them and give him a little bit of juice and give him the Pearl for Christmas." I said, "You cheap." Yeah, he said,
crustaceous cheapskate.
Yo, I'll recycle them and give him the Pearl for Christmas.
Bro, that's crazy.
Used batteries? Not even used batteries?
They dead though. Not even used. They're dead.
I mean, yeah, even if you could revitalize them with some juice, it's just that's insane. All right, what would you change?
Nothing. I won't change anything. Yeah, but it's a classic episode. You don't have to change anything.
Yeah, no. And like, beside the song, I think the last time that we had like a interrogation Krabs was when Plankton came in and, pretend he had built the crab bot. So definitely a nice little parallel there.
But that might have been that might be something that could be changed.
Oh, like adding Plankton to it?
Like adding Plankton to it, and then because he comes into the robot, he comes in like the robot costume or whatever, trying to steal the formula, and then everybody's like trying to attack Plankton who's in the robot. That could be,
I can see it.
Just to add a little something in.
I do find it hilarious though that was a clear robot that looked like Mr. Krabs, and they're like. And I think you know what? I think I just respected the episode even more.
Why was that?
So because of that episode, my biggest thing was that SpongeBob and Squidward were obviously interrogating Mr. Krabs together. Yeah. And they were going off of the basis on what SpongeBob knew from the robot movie he saw to get to this point where they're interrogating him. Mm-hmm. But I always question, why did Mr. Krabs just scream Squidward's name at the end? Mm-hmm. And I think it's because now, remember in that episode, a little bit of continuity in SpongeBob. I'm like, oh. So in that episode, remember, Squidward said straight up, "You're not Mr. Krabs," where he knew he was a robot. And SpongeBob obviously was getting it broken down to him, so he's not going to fault him for that. Yeah. So for Squidward to go through it, and I don't know, I get it now why he was like, Squidward. Yeah. Just a little continuity thing that I'm like, okay, I see you, writers. I see you. Any final thoughts?
No, man. It's such a classic episode.
100%.
Oh my god.
Beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, bop.
Man, I love that episode. Nothing from me.
We get to the listen. This is already going to make an appearance on the top 5 for sure, potentially top 3 Rock-a-Bye Bivalve.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay. And to start off, very controversial episode. I remember this was on the list for like controversial episodes. Like, not as much as the Panty Raid episode, but still. So SpongeBob's getting the paper, playing with the rubber band. Patrick's out there with him. They hear some chirping.
Yeah.
Turns out that there's a baby bird that has... I don't think it had a broken wing. I think it was just like a baby bird that couldn't fly.
Okay.
Okay, I think so, yeah. So they come up with the conclusion, oh, he's probably hungry. Then Patrick realizes, okay, like... Oh, and to get in, like, to find out how he gets hungry, like, the food that they go through. I bring you greetings from Apple World. Hilarious. That worm had the biggest smile on his face, and then, they change his diaper, and then they're like, you know what, we should just start taking care of this baby. So SpongeBob and Patrick together as mother and father.
They got baby fever.
They had baby, yo. I can't with the guess where they're like a starfish and a sponge make a clam.
A clam? They was confused.
Yo, they said somebody's unfaithful in this relationship.
That's crazy.
But they decide to take care of the baby, and it gets to a boiling point where they're really trying to go into the gender norms, and it's a hot take on it. Patrick goes to work while SpongeBob is at home taking care of the kid, cleaning the house, things like that. Oh, man. And it bleeds into favorite jokes, so I will just leave it there, and we'll get into Keels. What was your favorite joke in this episode?
So I would say my favorite joke, definitely starting off that worm. The worm coming out of the apple. Greetings from Apple World. Bro, when they plucked the worm out of the apple and they were feeding it to the clam, they were like, "We will bury you." That was his last word.
His last word was vengeance. He said, "We will bury you." He got upset.
Of course, like Patrick working.
Oh my god!
6 o'clock. Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, I'll come back at 6 o'clock, and then I'll take over for the baby." Leaving SpongeBob to take a break.
Oh my!
Obviously, that didn't happen. Then, as we find out, they're arguing and stuff. Patrick is like, "I'm going back to work." Yo, this dude is going home and watching TV.
His briefcase was filled with donuts and ice cream. That literally got me. I'm like, yo, this is the thanks I get for working overtime. Like, listen, for anybody out there, don't be a Patrick. This man. Like, what is the end game in this? What is the end game in this? Because let's say he works a work week, okay?
Right.
Depending on if he gets paid weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
SpongeBob's gonna be like, oh, like, what's that paycheck look like?
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He's gonna rob a bank and be like, oh, that's right. And it's also SpongeBob's... Listen, the logistics of this, I'm like, yeah, hands down. Favorite joke? It's easily... They do the time card thing where it's like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
But hands down, I think it's because it unlocked a memory. So after Patrick has an awakening of like, okay, like, I need to really step up and take care of Junior. Junior's the name of the clam. He's like, okay, like, I'm leaving work early. I'm going to work straight through lunch so I can save a dirty diaper for me.
Yeah.
I'll be home at 6 o'clock. Walking out 6 o'clock, which is also the meme-worthy moment. 6 o'clock. Now, I knew even as a kid and as a fan, maybe they're going to cut and it's going to say 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, the past things, the cards, they said tomorrow for sure. They said, like, oh, he'll get to it eventually. Then I said, nah, they'll probably do something like 9 o'clock or something, or like 6:01 just to be funny.
Yeah.
This thing jumped. It said 12 o'clock midnight. I said, I lost it. I remember losing it the first time I saw it. I said, he came in with there's a cliche thing in the old days for party hats where if you had a lampshade on you, that's like, oh, you were going in.
Oh, wow.
He came in with the lampshade on.
He was going crazy at the party. I forgot about that. He
said, the people at the office were really getting through. What were you doing?
People at the office. He was at home.
He was at home watching the Coconut Show eating donuts.
Oh, funny.
Like, it's insane. Like, you knew as a fan, okay, he's clearly like, but 12, like, it's not gonna, it's on to 12 o'clock?
Man, he's that baby.
Legit.
Forget that, baby. I ain't going home.
For real. And then he went back. I don't need this.
Yeah.
I'm going back to work.
Who goes back to work?
At midnight.
He could have went to the bar. He could have went somewhere. He said, that's how you know it's bad. He said, yo, I can't handle this. I'm going back to work. Forget this.
And work was just sitting at, like, I'm also shocked, like, he really had donuts and ice cream in his briefcase.
Bro, that was something that always cracked me up.
Yeah, like...
I'm like, oh, he's not even working for real.
Yeah, like...
He's over there watching TV.
I'm telling you.
You said the meme worthy is the 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock for sure. I've seen that so many times when people are just like, when they're on 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. I don't know. What about the 2 coconuts, though? He got hit in the head with 2 coconuts.
It for sure is something, but I think the 6 o'clock thing, or even the, like, tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen those two, like, religiously. So I gave them a bit of an edge over that one, but for sure it's up there.
Would you change anything?
No. I was going to say, and this episode, not only would I not change anything, all right, so we're going to do a hot take.
Okay, what's that?
So this episode, for sure, discusses gender norms, and it broke the barriers. I think this was a prime example back in the day when parents were like, why they don't want their kid watching SpongeBob.
For sure.
You know, this came out 2002, so the discussion of, like, same-sex marriage was just not...
I mean, this is, as far as I remember, this is like gay people that just started becoming, like, normalized on TV.
Right.
Like, because I remember, what was it, Queer as Folk, and then...
Well, when Ellen came out, I think in the mid-90s, it was like the mid to late 90s, that was a big deal.
God, what was the other show? They were doing the makeovers and stuff.
Oh, man. It's not Celebrity Makeover, but I know, yeah. But still, the LGBT community, when it came to representation, was for sure, like, on the cuffs of, like, you were not really represented, or it was very taboo.
Queer eye for straight guy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and, you know, having... and this is also a key episode where people point to, like, SpongeBob representing the LGBT.
Yeah.
They even make a very valid point where, like, SpongeBob is obviously a male, but he insists on being the mother.
The mother, yeah.
And, you know, to Patrick's credit, even though he just found out how to change a diaper, you know, for almost a year.
It was weird.
But, like, he said, if I was the mom, this would be unsettling. And they do the whole cliche thing. SpongeBob wearing the hair curlers.
Yeah.
You know, it's
more
more
than...
than...
He on his stuff.
He had a whole wig. He was getting into the role. He said, I'm an actor. I am about to embark on this journey.
Yo, he had like 8 arms doing 8 things.
Yup. And, you know, like, for sure, I think it does talk about gender norms also, because it's like, the man goes home and brings home the bacon.
Yeah.
You know, Patrick said, where you go? Oh, I'm going to work. He had the hat, the suit. And, you know, obviously the world is not like that now, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean... It's just crazy that in a kid's show, they really brought that to light. And you would think, I think we were mentioning this, like, you know, it's, there we go. take a show like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You know, when it started off, the cliche thing was like that parents said, and it's violent for kids, you know, like, look, they're trying to imitate what they're doing. So when you get into the later seasons of Power Rangers, and I don't know if it's Zeo, then Turbo, and then Alien, I think in that order. It's something like that. You notice that, okay, it's getting more kiddie, okay, they're not fighting as much.
Yeah.
SpongeBob, they already had the controversy like before.
Because it started out, they were like, yo, what is this show?
Exactly.
Like, from the ground running, they was like,
yup,
this show has
subtle jokes,
and we don't want the kids watching it. But as it went on, I'm glad that they
doubled down.
I'm glad they did double down.
Yeah.
Because, like, bro, it's also a cartoon, and then it's like, yo, this is also real life. Like, you can't hide from real life. Like,
facts. And but I think that's why SpongeBob is so generational, because you can have, you know, even my daughter, I'm proud to say that, yeah, her first show that she watched was SpongeBob. I know a lot of people who are our age and older and younger.
SpongeBob means something to us. It really
right.
does.
And, you know, that was their first introduction to the character. It was their first cartoon. I love that a show like SpongeBob, literally, you can be as young as 6 months or as old as like 60 and find some kind of joy into it.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, and then that's another thing too, like they were very cautious and aware that while this show is obviously on Nickelodeon, it is obviously catered to a younger audience. There are still teenagers that find humor in this.
Yeah.
I think that not as, obviously the pool is smaller, but I feel like, you know, when adults go back and rewatch it, like what we're doing on this podcast, and go back and watch previous episodes,
please.
Like, we're noticing a lot more things where it's like, wow, like they really made this joke for us when we're 10, 20 years older to be like, I remember this bit of nostalgia, and I get that joke now.
Yeah.
You know, I still think one of the darkest jokes in Hooks is still like, where is everybody in Patrick? Because I don't know, there was one kid here earlier, and you just see a shoe, and I'm like, went over my head as a kid.
Yeah, because like, yo, I feel like, see, and this is why I might go on a little tangent, right? Like, this is why I feel like history is important, and we have to like analyze history, because
facts.
When you're living in a moment, when you're wrapped up in it, you might miss something. You know what I mean? So when everything is said and done, and you're able to look at, like, whatever it is, a movie, a TV show, someone's life, events that happened in a certain area, I don't know, you can see what effect did it have, what was going on, you know what I mean? So it's good to see it with not fresh eyes, but like, I guess fresh adult eyes.
Fresh adults' eyes, like, baited in, like, oh, I remember this from, like, my childhood. I'm sure that, you know, kind of adding to that as well, like, it's all about censorship. You know, we're approaching an episode in this season, which we will review, that has been taken off of Paramount Plus because of censorship and because parents were like, no, this episode is wrong.
Yeah.
And the only way to really access it is if you have a DVD set.
Yeah.
And that is definitely an episode of its time. I think even in syndication on Nickelodeon, they pulled the Panty Raid episode.
Yeah, they did.
And the thing is it's labeled as that, but that's not even the main reason for the episode. It's a midlife crisis episode.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that when it comes to censorship with content in general, it's so unnecessary. I think one of the dumbest things that I've seen in animation, like, you know, something, you know, we are two blackfish, I'll say, reviewing this show. But I agree that Gone with the Wind, I don't think it should be pulled off of anything. It does play a historical for something. I think that one of the dumbest things I ever saw was in Lilo and Stitch. I don't know if you've seen the clip, but they replaced the shot of Lilo going into the dryer and replaced it with a pizza box.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because they didn't want kids to imitate that, and I'm like, I feel like,
I don't know, I feel like you got to give kids like a little bit more
of grace,
credit, you know what I mean? Because I also feel like things shouldn't be taken off the air because you got to see it in historical context.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be like, oh, wow, this is how we were 30 years ago. This is, like for me watching SpongeBob now, okay, now I'm understanding why parents were tripping off of the TV show and all that stuff. But it's also like, what is the problem? You know what I mean? Like, what is the problem?
And look, truly, as people we are the generation who grew up with it.
Because this episode might speak to somebody, like, for real, for real.
It might. And that's what I was about to say, too. Like, I'm sure that there's a kid out there that watched this and said, oh, it's okay to, like, maybe be with one of your best friends and then marry them or something like that. Like, I don't know to that extent. But, like, I'm sure there's a kid out there that said, maybe somebody of the same sex, it's okay. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's the thing. Like, it is, take it as you will. I'm sure that wasn't their intention. I'm sure the intention was just, like, Patrick and SpongeBob are best friends.
Yeah.
So, clearly, them taking care of a baby is hilarious. Yeah. But there's definitely subtle things in there where it's like, Patrick at the end, let's have another.
Yeah.
The clear gender norms where it's like, listen, we get what you're saying. It's there.
Yeah.
They're not hiding it either. It's not like it's plain and simple. Like, SpongeBob is trying to be a woman.
No innuendos. No, they're just, it's straight up.
There. He forgot about Sandy.
To the point, like, he wasn't even at work. I'm like, did this guy, like, take off maternity leave? Like,
nothing. Yo. Maternity leave for leaving at work. It's just like, what does entering PTO look like for Patrick? I gotta take off on the.
He talking to himself in the mirror as the boss. He's scared. Oh my god.
I gotta take off next week.
I would insert that in the show. That's something I would change in the show.
So he needs feedback. He has a meeting with somebody like, oh man, like this deadline has to be done by this time. Like,
oh my god, playing the role. That's funny.
We need this many sprinkles on this donut, and then we have to taste test it. It was an 8-hour shift, SpongeBob.
Trying to figure out how to make his dessert taste better.
You gotta eat the ice cream before it melts.
Would you change anything?
No.
I wouldn't change anything, but I would add this as like another episode. Actually, I do have a question. One, what is Apple World? I have to know what Apple World is. Two, they should have did like a spinoff of its own episode where the apple worm, actually, the worm should have been a nematode. And so they feed the nematode to the clam, right? So they make a spin-off episode where the Apple World nematodes wage war on Bikini Bottom, and then that bleeds into or connects to the nematode episode. Come on.
I like that, actually.
Connecting dots out here.
That's solid. Hey, listen, SpongeBob has always been a thing where it's like the continuity is just not there sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, as for what Apple World is, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just like, what is it, Horton Hears a Who, where it's just there's a whole civilization on a flower?
I know, like, what is it? Like, they're all just chilling in this one apple?
Yo, all these worms are just, they have societies. He's over that. They killed the president.
Oh, what if he was the president?
We will bury you.
Oh, because that was like, he's like the welcoming committee.
The ambassador of Apple World.
Yeah.
President, ambassador of Apple World, just like, greetings from Apple World.
They said,
I'll go out there and I'll introduce myself to them.
Yeah.
He's over here like, they're a young civilization, but we have made great progress. Like, freaking whole civilization built in an apple.
Man. Yeah, they killed the president.
Yo, they waged a war. I like that now. Solid. Yo, good job, Keels. I'm like, yo, I love that. Any final thoughts?
Any dudes listen to this, man, take care of your kids and take care of the household, man. I understand work is hard and, work can do a number on you, man, but yo, bro.
Don't be a Patrick.
Don't be a Patrick, man. You got to take care of the house, man. That's my final thoughts on that one.
And I was going to say, co-parent. Or
let mom take a break, man.
Like, yeah, Patrick legit was just like, oh, I'll get to it eventually. Like, he did not care.
No, he didn't. But I understand, man. Work can kill you, man. Work will kill you.
Yeah, when it's actual work.
Well, yes, for sure. He wasn't working.
But I mean, even with that.
He wasn't working, though. Whatever I said, that goes double for the lazy dudes out there, man. You ain't working like that. Go on and take the baby, man. Take the baby off her hands, man.
Yo, I like it. All right, so that concludes this episode. Stick with us. Again, I think we're at the midpoint of season 3.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, around there. So we're getting close. I'm still deciding on how we're going to do the movie. That's going to be interesting.
We got to add that in somewhere. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's going to be a lengthy one. All right, so until next time, this is Jared.
It's Kills.
Another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter in the bag.
Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Don't forget to follow Bikini Bottom Banter on TikTok and Instagram for even more content. Subscribe to them on YouTube and Anchor, plus turn on bell notifications to be updated on their latest episode. And if you've got your own jellyfishing stories or favorite SpongeBob moments, remember to share them with us. You might just hear them on our next episode. So until then, stay bubbly, keep smiling, and remember, subscribe to Bikini Bottom Banter to know all the under the sea.